What's going on, guys? This is Domezyy. I want to give you today a war recap of our Clan War League. This is a minor league that we've been participating in, and this is the third war, I believe. We were 1-1 coming into this. Let me bring up the score here. Yeah, these last three are the friendly wars, and these are all our inter-clan wars from a while back. So as you can see, we actually destroyed this team. I think they just had kind of a bad day, but there were some awesome raids from our side, and I just want to show you. I want to highlight some of the performances that we've had here. The first ones that I want to talk about is Town Hall 10's 2-star and Town Hall 11's. We had two really good examples of this, and Brando did both of them in this case. Where is he? So he's on number 6, and he does it in two different strategies. So let's watch the first one. And I'm just going to give you a brief outline of the kind of plan here. His army is called Vaby Drag, and the idea is you pick up percentage by taking out all these external buildings with your baby dragons, and then you beeline straight to the town hall with most of your spells, and you try and get that. Problems often come when there's air defenses right on the very edge, or seeking air mines on the very edge, or if it's a ring base you can't do it, and sometimes just getting the funnel for the Valks to go on target. But Brando does this one really well. So surrounding the base, you want that raged space in between them. Don't put them too close. And they're just going to pick up all this percentage. What you want to do is you want to leave the entry point so that the Valks will path to it when they start. So he's got one left, and he's got to clean up some of this still, so he's just waiting patiently to see what they do. The other thing about this is during the dragon's stage of the raid, the eagle doesn't activate, because I think it activates at 180, something like that. It's not 150. So we've seen it activate now that he's put all his troops in. And he had a fail wall breaker there, which is unfortunate, so these giants have been wasted. But he's going to go in regardless, putting his heal down, his jump is down to meet them, his poison, he's going to freeze it first. So guys, this isn't even a perfect strategy, but you can see that it's so powerful, it's so potent, because that could have been done slightly better. It's difficult to do all your spells in this because they all have to be placed at almost the same time. You only have this narrow area to place everything. So it's a 62% 2-star with an eagle with some high defenses. So well done to Brando. That was our first Town Hall 10 to Town Hall 11 raid. And his other one is a different strategy that we use quite often, and this involves dragons. This can be done with baby drags as well. It depends on the spacing of the base. So you buzz one of them, and sometimes you'll do both, but it seems wasteful not to use your heroes in this case. So he's got the minimum army needed, which is his heroes and some wall breakers, to get this air defense. Note the sweepers are facing this way, so it's safe to come in on one side. And the queen is going to pick up this. So here we go with the dragon stage now. We have 10 dragons to play with. And you can see it's just going to come in away from the sweepers. There's no air defenses, it's just going to be towers and experts and the eagle. He has one freeze for the eagle, and he has 2 rages. So here's the rages to get through these high health structures. There's his well-timed freeze to get the CC in it, as well as the eagle. And guys, at this stage, if you've got any percentage troops to pick up some of the sides, this is the time. So here's his minion up here whilst the eagle is still firing. He has the goal now. Everything else is just extra. So we're getting percentage now. These were the only free structures for back-end troops. So his plan went pretty much as he expected there. Well executed. It's a 59% raid. So two star raids on some max Town Hall 11s nearly. Then we had a couple of good Town Hall 11 dips. And then these next two were Town Hall 10 on Town Hall 10 3 stars. So let's watch those. So we have two single infernos on this base, so it's not the highest Town Hall 10 in the world. But it's still not easy to 3-star inferno bases. So the objective is to get both of these air defenses and the queen with this Gobolaloon. So the king is in on, he's nuked the queen. And the CC is now being killed off. Now the queen has walked. So as long as this baby goes down, it's not a problem. And it's gone. So he started the raid to cover the queen. He's got 3 hastes, a rage, and a freeze for this portion. For the air portion of the raid. The rage covers that inferno to make sure they nuke it. And the hastes are going to keep pushing them around. Now he's frozen one of these air defenses because he's running low on the hound. I guess he forgot about this one because he placed that when there's nothing else left. So he's all out of spells now. We still have a bowlers kicking around on the outside and the queen is working her way around. So at this point, these balloons are not going to cover the last part of the base. But what is handy here is that this pound is going to pop and distract a single tower inferno for a while with all the pups. Look at that, he's going to be busy for a while. So, nice raid from Crunk. Didn't quite go to plan with the queen, I don't think, but he made it work regardless, thinking on his feet really well. And this one is my raid. This one was a Inferno base again, level 2 multis. This base has some outer air defenses, but some Inferno moats and some internal sweepers, so it's a little bit awkward to do because the lava hand pathing isn't going to be exactly what you want with these defenses being so external. So I did a queen walk for this part, and what I've got here is some troops working parts of the funnel. Got a couple of minions on this one, a wizard working that, and a wizard working that. My idea here is she steps in here, kills the CC queen and that air defense, cleans out some of this, and then starts to wander around. Now, good rage here. She's at half health, which is a pretty good time to do it when she's under this much fire. The ultimate goal with this jump spell is for the king and some bowlers to enter this area. I have a baby drag to continue this funnel because I knew they weren't quite going to finish it with what I had given. So baby drag's on, but unfortunately it's just in the range of the air defense and I didn't think that through. So my funnel isn't very well done. My queen's got that air defense and she's getting the CC and enemy queen now. I should have had another rage on at this point, but I popped the ability instead. So that's that dangerous part dealt with. I put on another rage just to keep her going. Now whilst that happens, I've decided to move my jump slightly further down and my deployments so that they come in on their air defense. What I could have done here is just do that with the king, honestly. The The bowlers are not particularly useful in this. They kill that Expo, but besides from that, they didn't do a whole lot for me. So let's start the air raid. We're coming through this side so that we can guarantee this goes down. Teslas are all in the core, and the Queen is now approaching the Inferno at the same time. So good timing, they all met there to help each other. This is the bulk of my army. There's a few here, but there's no way they're going to make it with that Hound not tanking for them. Probably could have deployed this guy a bit sooner, but we're good here. The hastes are going to push them through to the end, and the Queen is still full health. We got some cleanup troops working the sides. Queenie's going to finish these last buildings. We're golden here. So just deploying the last of my cleanup troops now. I don't know why I had these wall breakers. I think it was for that jump spell part, but I had to rethink it. Wall breakers help the Queen get to the other side. Time wasn't too much of an issue here. I think I still had 20 seconds. 30 seconds maybe. So that was the army for that one. Queen walk with plenty of funnel troops and an air portion. I think bowlers might have been wasted. Maybe some Valks would have been a better idea. Now guys, the highlight of this war was Jero, Town Hall 11 on Town Hall 11. Check this one out. Not quite a max 11, but very, very strong. So Queen Walk starts it off. Objective is enemy Queen, and presumably some of these air defenses. King comes in. I think he was a little bit lucky that the king came in there, but it's nice because he's going to take down the enemy queen real fast. So there's a Tesla farm, and here comes a big CC, witch included. Nice poison, nice rage. So that's going to deal with that. Just need to wait for the witch to die at the back from the poison. There we go. So he's stunning the air portion. He hasn't gotten this back air defense yet, but he knows it's going to take too long. So he's gonna come in with his air warden. He's got 4 hounds. Queen's taken out the entire Tesla farm. She used her ability. Now he's approaching that second Inferno tower. He froze the Wizard Tower farm and used his ability, the Warden's ability here. Managed to get the Queen in it too, so she's going to get that extra air defense there. And this last air defense has gone down. So really nice planning from him there. Queen's stuck on a wall and she's got 2-point defenses on her, so she is going to die here, but there's too many balloons at this point. And plenty of cleanup pups and minions. So here go the last of the defenses now. It's getting pretty tight with that air bomb there, but he's just managed to clean up that last building. If he hadn't gotten that, I don't think it would have worked. So it's close, but Town Hall 11 raids always are. So really well done to Jero here. Don't see those very often. So this puts us in the war. This puts us 2-1, and the fact that we won by such a good result is going to look well on our record. We cleared all the way except for number 2, and that was Brando's 2-star. There was a couple of raids attempted on that, but they weren't anywhere near as high. Really good performance from everyone. I think we cleaned up everything but the top 2 with still probably 6 raids to go. So, well done to Sneakers, and thanks for watching.